This is the Weather Xtreme video, the morning edition for Monday, the 24th of April. I'm James Spann. Looks like a cloudy, cool day today after some weekend storms, but we warm right back up tomorrow. In fact, we'll see 80s for many days for the rest of this week. Let's go in there and check it out. Early this morning, there is a deep upper trough parked across the southeastern states. And again, that feature should keep us mostly cloudy and very cool today. A good chance we won't get out of the 60s again. We're starting off the day in the low 50s. The cool spot, Cullman, they've got 50. We'll expect a high between 67 and 70 today with maybe a little sun later this afternoon, but many places will stay cloudy today. Around the nation, pretty cool. Hard to find any really warm air. But again, a nice thing about the cool snaps in late April, they don't last long. Notice over the weekend we had some severe storms. This rotating storm dropped an EF1 tornado at Jones Chapel in the western part of Cullman County, down on the ground for about 4 miles. Other than that, not too much damage reported across the state over the weekend, thankfully. On the watch warning map today, we have flash flood watches for parts of the Carolinas and Virginia. You'll see a pretty big rain event there. In fact, this is the excessive rainfall outlook today, and you can see that there's a moderate risk of flooding through parts of that zone where the flash flood watches are up. Also, a marginal risk of severe weather today for eastern parts of the Carolinas. Tomorrow, a risk of severe weather across the nation's midsection. And day 3, this is Wednesday, we have a risk of severe storms running all the way from Louisiana and eastern Texas up to near Chicago and Grand Rapids. And at this point, there is no severe weather defined on day 4, which is Thursday. That's when we'll see our next chance of storms. We'll watch that carefully, but it looks like maybe the better dynamics could be a bit north of the state. Now let's go to Friday, day 5. Another wave sets up a severe weather opportunity to the west of the state. And on day 6, this is Saturday, a risk of severe weather for parts of Arkansas, some of the adjacent states. And we'll go out to Sunday. This is day 7. We've got a risk of severe weather just west of Alabama, including the far northwestern part of the state. And anytime you see a severe weather risk defined on day 7, you have to pay attention to this. And again, we might see a problem here with severe weather Sunday night, as you'll see. So a lot of things going on here. Here's the QPF chart. Really big rains for the next 7 days from Louisiana north up to Minnesota and the Great Lakes. In Alabama, the amounts taper off greatly with 2 inches or more for the Shoals, 1/2 inch for Dothan. But let's take a look at this very active pattern. This is today at 1 o'clock off the GFS, the 06C run. This is at 500 millibars. You can see the upper trough, the upper low core just east of the state. And down below that, rains east of Alabama. Heavy rain for parts of the Carolinas and Virginia. But for us, just kind of a cloudy, cool day, and we'll stay in the 60s much of the day. Maybe some clearing late this afternoon if we're lucky. Now, tomorrow, the sun's back in full force, and we turn much warmer. Highs back around 80. Wednesday, warm and dry. How about mid-80s? You can see that next storm off to the west. And this is Thursday. A surface low is located just north of Michigan with a trailing front down through here. And that will likely bring our next chance of showers and storms. And most likely with a setup like that, severe weather not especially likely, but you always have to watch these things. We all know that. Let's say rain amounts probably 1/2 inch or less. This is the instability Thursday at midday, 1 o'clock, and pretty unstable. The values exceed 2,000 joules per kilogram in advance of that front. So again, just something to watch for now. This is Friday. There's no cool air involved here. We're still warm, mid-80s, probably dry. Saturday as the weekend begins for Alabama, warm and dry. We could see temperatures flirting with 90. And we notice the new storm off to the west. This is Sunday, and that looks like a pretty nasty severe weather look Sunday for parts of Arkansas, Louisiana, and Mississippi with the deep surface low that's south of Kansas City. And then Sunday night, this is just after midnight, 1 a.m. Monday, very deep surface low approaching Chicago with a trailing band of showers and storms coming in here. So we'll have to watch for severe weather at the end of the upcoming weekend. Way too early to be specific. And then this is Monday, a week from today, very deep trough rotating through here, and the showers and storms are exiting the state by midday Monday. But remember, the timing, the setup, all of this could change. This is still 7 days out. Here's the end of the forecast period. This is the middle of next week, Wednesday, May 3rd. Another trough over the nation's midsection. Another chance of severe weather for areas south and east of that surface low near Kansas City. Check the numbers. We go back in the 80s. this week, maybe bumping back in the 70s on Thursday with the clouds and the chance of storms. But next week looks noticeably cooler with temperatures below average for early May with highs in the 70s and lows in the 50s if this verifies. These numbers coming off the European. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video this morning. We'll have notes in the blog. The next video here by 4 o'clock this afternoon. If you can't catch us this evening on ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening and God bless.